Hey everyone, Gardner here. Warrior Wednesday, Writing Reflection. Writing Reflection Day 335. Today is May the 12th. And this whole journey started on June the 12th. So we're 11 months in. Day 335. Last week I shared a little bit about the book. Actually, I went into kind of a little bit more detail than I have before in terms of what you can expect from this book. And what I thought I'd share with you today in this writing process is the correlation to acting, specifically that every line has magic. There are no throwaway lines. So of course in the acting world, right, you're given a script, and that script is written for characters, and each character has a certain rhythm by which they speak, and they bring this character on paper to life on the screen. And there's no such thing in the acting world. We say there's no such thing as a throwaway line. The good actors, the great actors, look for every little nuance in the most what could be the most meaningless line from an optics point of view, right? However, bringing that to life is magic, and lines are written for a reason. Dialogue is written for a reason. Of course, the actor then casts his or her spell on it and brings it to another level. But at the end of the day, if we can look at ways to bring to life the lines that we're creating, that's really what elevates and really creates an emotional resonance with the viewer, or in this case, the reader. And it's the same in writing. And actually, I was on my way back today just from a client meeting, and I was like, oh, what the hell am I going to talk about? So I started thinking about what I've been working on lately in this revision. And it's exactly that. This draft is all about going through and looking for those micro moments where there's magic in a bottle. Taking the first big go is nothing but a huge brain dump. I mean, that's what we do. If you're channeling as a writer, you're just writing. Doesn't always make sense, may or may not be coherent. It may or may not be more polished than the preceding paragraph. It doesn't matter, right? We're trying to just let it flow organically through us onto the page. And then the fun, and then the scientific nature really starts, where how do we take each sentence and start to kind of make a dance out of it, bring it to life, combining sentences, right? So it's more of a rhythmic kind of canter to which people will read it instinctively, or likewise, how do we have that, and then all of a sudden follow that up with a very kind of short and impactful 5-word sentence. Boom, mic drop. How do we bring in metaphors and or analogies? How do we create the different levels of texture in a sentence? Because truly, this is my opinion, I don't claim to be a writing aficionado. However, what I'm striving for in this is to take every line and make that a representation of the entire piece. Okay, so last week I talked about how this story interweaves fantasy and heroicism and slapstick humor and serendipitous events and kind of it's really just a poetic dance, telling a story one man's journey, and doing it in a poetic dance. And so the painstaking process now, and painstaking in a good way, is that to really find those kind of really micro units of magic in a bottle takes time. And even this morning, I spent 3 hours this morning working on maybe a page and a half, where if I was writing before for 3 hours, months ago, I would have had probably 5 or 6 pages of story content, right? When I'm just kind of channeling. Here, it's like just going over and making everything dance. And I think that's really the essence of tying it into what actors do, because the great actors, can take nondescript words on a page and they can make them dance and they can make them sing. Short sentences, long sentences, doesn't matter. That's a gift. And as writers, if we can take a page from the acting book, if you will, and I don't know what comes first, the chicken or the egg, or the actor or the screenwriter, right? However, I'm just going with acting because that's in my evolution, acting then writing. So there you go. But if we can take some of that into the writing and dance, and as a writer, what music moves you? And I think that's an important thing. Right now, I'm not getting caught up at all in terms of, oh, will the reader understand this? Is the reader going to get that? Am I hitting this over the head too much to the reader? Am I not? Is that Easter egg not strong enough? Or whatever it is. I'm not worried about that. I'm focusing on my dance. So this is me dancing with myself in the kitchen. Each day I get in and write on this story, because I need to have the music be representative of my truth first, aka the lines and the dialogue. Does it come across as how James Gardner writes, how James Gardner speaks, and so forth? I think that's the first thing. Talking to, obviously, as I've shared, it's amazing to me how many people are writing books. It's amazing. It's great. And it's amazing how many people want to write books, and yet there's something holding them back. And if nothing else, for those of you that may be in that latter category, if nothing else, writing a book for the slow dance with yourself in the kitchen is all the motivation you need, because it's a great experience. And if you honor that, and you honor that truth that's calling to you to write to the page, you can't go wrong. Your book will resonate. And for some, that may be, designs and schemes to be a New York Times bestseller. For some others, it just may be getting a book published and impacting one soul with their story. So, day 335, find that dance with yourself, with the lines. No line is a throwaway line. How can you bring the magic to each and every word on that page? And some of that magic, gang, is the energy that you as a writer have, that you bring to the page. And I think that's it. And so, infuse those words and that message with all the love that you can, with all the high vibration, the energy, the being of service, being of contribution. And those words will take life, those seemingly nondescript words. So wanted to share that with you all today on Writing Reflection, coming up on a year. And things are going, things are moving. Actually, it's been last week was a really great week in terms of volume of writing. So we're getting through this draft, and I'm excited because this is the big chunk, as I was talking about last week, this kind of, very painstakingly going fine tooth comb process. And then we're going to come in and start to kind of sprinkle some of the frosting on the story, and then package it up, and Bob's your uncle. All right. Mad love to the courageous. I will talk to you soon, and keep on writing. Write. Journal, write, whatever it is. Creative process gives life. All right. Love you guys.